Mr. Chairman, thank you. Thank you, Ambassador, for your service. I appreciate you have to leave. I hope you appreciate I have to cast votes on lives and billions of dollars. So I'll try to make it as quick as possible. I remain deeply concerned. I agree with you in your opening statement about that you cannot talk about Afghanistan without talking about Pakistan. And based on the concerns that many of us have had for some time, obviously the more troops that we have deployed to Afghanistan, the more dependent we become on Pakistan for transit, logistical, and other support. So as we developed the Enhanced Partnership with Pakistan Act of 2009, I sought to ensure that provisions were included that were to ensure the United States has, one, a comprehensive strategy to eliminate terrorist threats and close safe havens to Pakistan, and two, to assess the effectiveness of assistance provided, including as it relates to efforts undertaken by the government of Pakistan to disrupt, dismantle, defeat extremist and terrorist groups in the Fatah and settled areas. Now, as of this moment, the administration has yet to provide these congressionally mandated reports as the law calls for. And I highlighted that fact in a letter to Secretary Clinton last week, and I urged the completion of those reports. Have you been involved in the preparation of those reports, and are you ready to make such congressionally mandated reports to Congress?
Senator, of course I'm ready to comply with any congressional mandates, as I have throughout my career.
And have you participated in the creation of these reports?
With your permission, Senator, may I just consult Assistant Secretary Verma for a second? Because I just need to clarify what we're talking about here. I was not aware of a non-compliance on a mandated report. Are we in compliance or not? Senator, my colleagues believe we are in compliance with the dates and the deadlines of the requirements from this committee and the Congress, and that there was a request for an update. I am not familiar with your letter to Secretary Clinton. Perhaps Secretary Verma can address that. But I do want to assure you, because it is not just because we have an obligation to you, but because it is everything I believed in my career, that we owe you whatever information you ask for. And I don't know what we
I would just simply ask you, and through you to the State Department, reiterate my request, Secretary Clinton. If you're all in conformance, then somehow this member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee has yet to see that report. So I would like to see it. And I'd like to get a copy tomorrow if I can. If it's already out there, then we should be able to have it.
Of course.
I mean, clearly, we cannot determine, I certainly will not vote for any more money unless I have a clear sense that we are headed in the right direction, that we are meeting goals, and that our resources are being well spent. And I can't do that unless I start off with the basis of understanding whether we have benchmarks and those benchmarks are being met. So I hope we can get the report. Somehow maybe it missed my office. And I have one other question, and then I'll let you go.
I absolutely, I will commit that we will, as soon as this meeting's over, we'll drill down, determine what the issue is, and locate where it is, and we will be back to you.
Now, one more question. General McChrystal had a series of comments that he made about our overall civilian side. Of course, he was relieved of his command. I just want to know this. Are we all on the same page? You, the ambassador, now General Petraeus, are we all on the same page? Because even being on the same page, it is a hard battle and challenge to win. But if we're not all on the same page, it certainly doesn't create confidence by those of us who are asked to cast votes here for a continuing engagement. So maybe you can reassure me that we are all on the same page, moving in the same direction, executing the same strategy, and having towards a goal that we can collectively have success with.
It's a very legitimate question, of course, in light of the Rolling Stone article, which obviously was extraordinarily unfortunate and necessitated a completely correct decision by our commander-in-chief, because basic issues of civilian-military control were involved, and although it brought to an end the career of a very distinguished and fine officer, it was necessary to do. As far as your core question goes, let me assure you and state again, for the record, that my counterpart until 2 weeks ago was David Petraeus. For a year and a half, we worked seamlessly, continually. He is now the counterpart, of course, of the ambassador. There was never a problem between us. We had tactical disagreements, but we traveled around the world together. We testified before your committee together, and we forged a common civilian-military strategy. I've been involved in civilian-military efforts all my career. This is the best one I've ever seen, and as I've said before, General Petraeus is the outstanding senior officer I've ever worked with. And we are absolutely on the same page when it comes to the overall strategy and working together. There are disagreements once in a while, and the press exaggerates them. The article was a group of ad hominem remarks, some of them aimed at me, which made no difference to me in my conduct of the war, nor in fact for my regard for General McChrystal. President Obama addressing exactly the point that you raised in his meeting with us the day that he changed the command, and then in his public statements made absolutely clear that we were all on the same page. I've done CivMil before, and we're in good shape here. And I am fully satisfied about it, and I will be seeing General Petraeus in just a couple of days, and we will continue this.
Have a good journey. We'll look forward to the report.
Thank you, sir.